Hi everyone! Today we're doing an English lesson using the lyrics of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Let's get started with some vocabulary. Tale. Tale. Let me tell you a tale about King Arthur. Unexpected. Unexpected. That earthquake was totally unexpected. Neither, or neither. You can say it both ways. Neither, neither. Neither one of us will go out tonight. To prepare. Prepare. I prepared dinner while you were at work. Beauty. Beauty. That girl's a real beauty. Beast. Beast. I saw a beast peering out at me from the woods. Bittersweet. Bittersweet. Life can be a little bittersweet sometimes. Strange. Strange. That guy was wearing a strange hat. Certain. Certain. I'm certain I turned off the lights when I left. Now here are two useful phrases. First, to say the least. Just a little change. Small to say the least. Saying to say the least after talking about something is saying that the thing is even more than what you suggested. If I said the store was dirty, to say the least, it would mean that dirty is the least I could say, but actually it was more than dirty. So to say the least, it was dirty, but actually it was like really dirty. Beauty and the Beast is an amazing movie, to say the least. Number two, to be prepared. To be prepared means that you're ready for something. You've taken the steps beforehand to make sure that you're ready. If you are prepared for dinner, it would mean that you already went grocery shopping and you bought all the ingredients that you need and you're ready to cook dinner. These exams will be really difficult, but I feel prepared. Time for the grammar. Today we're going to be learning about comparing things using similes and metaphors. This song is filled with comparisons, mostly using similes. But before we talk about similes and metaphors, let's just do a brief overview of basic comparisons. The meaning of comparing something is taking two things or more, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, and seeing how those things are similar and how they're different. I'm going to show you the most simple forms you can use to compare things, and we're going to differentiate them by using syllables. Syllables are the number of sounds in a word separated by a vowel. Short has 1 syllable, short. Beautiful, beautiful, 3 syllables. Intelligent, 4 syllables, etc. For 1 to 2 syllable adjectives, we use these forms, and we're going to use the adjective short as an example. One thing, she is short. For 2 things, A is than B. She is shorter than him. For 3 or more things being compared, A is the ist of many things. February is the shortest month of the year. So there are many months, 12 months, that's why we used ist, shortest. There are words that are exceptions to this ER rule, and they are good, which becomes better, bad, worse, far, further, much, more, little, less, fun just stays fun, and clever just stays clever. We never say funner or cleverer in English. Instead, we say more fun or more clever. If the adjective has 3 syllables, like this example, beautiful, beautiful, we use these 3 forms. Talking about one thing, A is Belle is beautiful. Comparing 2 things, A is more than B. Belle is more beautiful than Elsa. When comparing 3 or more things, we say A is the most of many things. Belle is the most beautiful of all the Disney princesses. And keep in mind that the then that we use in comparisons is T-H-A-N, not T-H-E-N. Many native English speakers get this mixed up. We can also compare things using the words like and as. We can compare with the word like by taking the noun that we want to compare, using like plus another noun or pronoun. Here are some examples. She treats me like a dog. They are like brothers. They are like brothers. Comparing them to brothers. You're brave like Harry Potter. We can also use the word as to compare things, and a very common structure is as, adjective, as. Here's some examples. Gaston is not as kind as the Beast. Gaston is not as kind as the Beast. I'm not as tall as my father. DreamWorks is not as good as Pixar. We can also compare things using as plus a clause. A clause is a sentence containing a subject and a verb. Gaston was a really bad guy, as most of his town was. We're comparing Gaston to the town and saying that they're both bad. Now, here's the reason I chose this song to talk about comparisons. There are so many comparisons in this song using similes. A simile is taking 2 things that are not alike and comparing them using the words like or as. Here are some examples of similes in this song. Certain as the sun, rising in the east, till it's all as time, song is all as one, beauty and the beast, soon is all as song. All of those sentences were comparisons, and many of them contain similes. Let's take this sentence as an example, tale as old as time. The reason this sentence is a simile is because we're comparing 2 things that are not the same, a story and time. They're very different things, but we're comparing them using the word as and saying that they are similar because this story is very old and goes back forever, just like time does. Here are some examples of similes. He's as blind as a bat. You're as cold as ice. He's as tall as a giraffe. He eats like a pig. Notice all of these sentences use the words like and as. Now let's talk about metaphors. Metaphors and similes are extremely similar. The only real difference is that metaphors don't use the words like or as, but a metaphor is still comparing two things that are very different without using like or as. Here are some examples. My computer is an old dinosaur. That solution is just a band-aid for the problem. So again, we're comparing the solution to a band-aid and saying that it's like, it doesn't actually solve much. It's like a band-aid. It's not effective. Similes use the words like or as, while metaphors don't use those words. Comparing them directly, we can use this example. Tell me which one of these sentences is a simile and which one is a metaphor. This classroom is like a zoo. This classroom is a zoo. If you chose the first one as a simile and the second one as a metaphor, you're right. That's the end of this video. I know that this subject was very complicated, and I hope it wasn't too complicated because similes and metaphors are very complicated and it's very hard to remember even for native English speakers. But I hope even if the video was complicated, I hope you at least learned something new, maybe some new vocabulary, some ways of comparing things. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you next time.